Lately, I've noticed something interesting in conversations with people. A lot of them say they want to leave Austin, but when they really start talking, sometimes it's not actually Austin they want to leave. Sometimes they're just exhausted by traffic and pressure, by feeling like life has turned into one long to-do list. And I actually think more people feel that way than we realize. If you're thinking about change, you're in the right place. Welcome back to At the Table. Today I wanted to talk about something I hear constantly in real estate conversations. People saying, I think I want to move. But after we talk for a while, what they're really describing isn't always a house problem. It's a lifestyle problem. And I think that matters because sometimes we assume changing zip codes will automatically fix burnout, when what we really need first is clarity. I think a lot of people are carrying a version of life that looked successful on paper but doesn't actually feel good anymore. And that can be hard to admit, especially in places like Austin, where the culture is go faster, work harder, do more, achieve more, keep up. And after a while, people start wondering, is this the life I really want? I've had conversations with people who don't even necessarily want a huge ranch or acres of land. They just want quiet mornings, less stress, space to breathe, a slower pace, and more connection. And really, that's a very different conversation than just buying real estate. I think that's one reason I wanted to create this podcast, because somewhere along the way, real estate conversations stopped being just about houses. They became conversations about people trying to build a better kind of life. And I don't think enough spaces exist where we talk honestly about that. I also think there's a difference between wanting to escape something and intentionally moving towards something. And those are important to separate because burnout makes us want to run, but clarity helps us choose. So maybe the better question isn't, should I leave Austin? Maybe the better question is, what kind of life am I trying to create? And sometimes after people slow down and really think about it, they realize they don't need to move at all. Maybe they just need boundaries. Maybe they need more community again. Maybe they just need to stop trying to keep up with everyone else. And sometimes, yes, they really are ready for a change. But I think giving yourself permission to ask deeper questions first is important. If you've been feeling restless lately or like the life you built doesn't quite fit anymore, you're definitely not the only one, and you don't have to have all the answers immediately. This podcast isn't about pressuring people into making big decisions. It's about having real conversations about what life actually feels like and what kind of future you might want instead. Thanks for being here with me today. And if this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to follow the podcast or share it with someone else who's been thinking about change lately. And I'll see you next time, right here at the table.